Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. Hope you can all hear and see me okay. Thank you very much for joining this Your Overseas Home webinar. My name is Sebastian Bampton. I'm one of the account managers over here at Your Overseas Home. Today we're joined, and very luckily, by the knowledgeable Alina Tarasova from Holborn Assets. Hi, Alina. Thank you for joining.
Hi, thank you for introduction.
Together we're going to be talking about the ease of relocating across to Greece. Hopefully, by the end of this session, you'll have a good understanding about the golden visa process, but also the generic or standard process of how to move across to Greece. It's great to have you here with us today, whether you're listening live or on demand. Before we go into Alina's presentation, Alina, it'd be great if you could just give us a brief introduction to yourself, but also Holborn Assets and kind of how you help potential listeners today.
Sure. Thank you so much. Let me start with a presentation of our company. So I think I will just jump straight into that without mentioning the agenda. So basically, my name is Alina. I'm a partner at Holborn Assets. I'm head of Greece and Malta for the company. So basically, the company established in 1998 and is a leading award-winning global financial services company that provides quality financial advice and wealth management solutions to international clients all over the world. It is a British family-owned business, and it's delivering superior service to over 20,000 clients right now. And Holborn Pass is a part of the wider Holborn Assets group. Holborn Pass is an international leader in investor visas, something that we're going to talk about today. Through our global partnership with prestigious law firms, developers, financial institutions, we provide comprehensive residency solutions for high net worth individuals around the world. We help our clients to pursue their goals at the forefront of what we do as a business. And we always have the client's target in mind. So whenever we advise on residency or citizenship by investment, we always think about what client is trying to achieve by getting a golden visa. I think this is what is the most important in the industry. So when it comes to service for golden visas, we cover the whole process from the moment you sign the agreement till the moment that you hold your residence card in your hands. I think it's also very important because sometimes people think that they can do it themselves. And in this case scenario, they will have to go on the ground, find the lawyer, find the right property. What we try to do is to do full service at one place. So basically, we're going to help you with everything, starting from paperwork, your investment. We only work with the trusted developers that we know for many years, that delivered their projects, and we know that they have guaranteed returns on the investment as well for the clients, which is very important, and we're going to speak about it a bit later. We also can help with any ancillary services because residency is not always about just residence cards. Sometimes you will need something extra like a bank account, a tax number, documents for your family members, and this is what I'm proud of at Holborn, is that we cover all these aspects for our clients. And also, once you get your residency card, after some time you might move to the country and you can always qualify for citizenship in this scenario, and we can also help with your citizenship application in future. So if you think about a long-term planning for residency, please reach out to us, because I'm sure that we can help you not just with the residence card itself, but with many other services that are complementary to this. When it comes to residency and citizenship by investment, it's such a great industry. I worked in it for 8 years, and I think it's fascinating that I help people around the world to become global citizens. And when we speak about investor visas, it's a lot of different ways of investment that you can do. It can be real estate, donations, business investment funds, bonds. And it's key here to understand the difference between residency and citizenship. Today, we're going to speak about Greece, which is a residency program. Basically, in return for your contribution to the economy of the country, you get a residency permit that allows you to work and live in the country. But in future, you can potentially qualify for citizenship. And basically, citizenship is completely different set of rights, that you can get. We will focus on Greece Golden Visa today, but I just want to remind you that we are more than just Greek Golden Visa program. And here you can see that we do much more than that. So whatever residency or citizenship inquiry you may have, we're always happy to help you. Thank you. And back to you, Ben.
Thanks, Alina. Say it's great to have you here, and thank you very much for the introduction, also taking the time out of your day to talk about this part of the buying journey over in Greece. For everyone listening in, if you are looking to buy in Greece, invest in Greece, you're in the right place. Well done. You're ahead of the game at the moment, and you're going to get some great expert advice from Alina. The way that we'll format this session, so Alina's got a presentation to kind of go through a bit of what she's already spoken about, but also to add some more context and insight into it. Throughout the whole session, if you're listening in live, you'll be able to ask questions to Alina on any of your particular slides that come up or any queries that you have when Alina's talking. Please, at the bottom right-hand side of your screen, click on the questions tab, pop your question in there, and then we'll try and answer them as we go throughout the presentation. If Alina is mid-flow, we'll get to all of the questions at the end of the session, and all the ones that we don't get to, we'll put forward to Alina and her team at Holborn Assets to kind of follow up with you after the event. So, Alina, enough from me. I'll pass back over to you if you want to then take it away with the rest of the presentation, and we'll go from there with the questions.
Sure, fantastic. So let me just go back to the presentations then, and let's talk about Greece. This is why we're all here. So before I talk about the golden visa, I usually like to mention a little bit more about the country, because probably lots of clients who decide to go for Greek golden visa already traveled there, but some of our clients actually never been to the country at all. So I think that before you start your immigration journey, it's important to understand the benefits of the country and what you can get as a resident as well. So basically, when choosing Greece as a place to live, I think it offers residents a lot of different benefits, including, first of all, the rich history of the country, beautiful nature, pleasant climate, and lots of cultural experiences. So if you like to travel, if you like Europe, I think Greece is #1 destination. I might be biased, but this is one of my most countries to travel to. And also, Greece enjoys pleasant Mediterranean climate, so it can be great for people who are like, going to retire somewhere in a nice warm climate. If you, for example, from the UK, you would definitely understand that Greek climate is better than British one. Also, Greece is famous for the Mediterranean diet, lots of nice dishes, and people are very nice and kind to you. There is lots of expats in the country, so you will never feel as a foreigner. They're very welcoming. And comparing it to many other Western European countries, I believe that cost of living in Greece is relatively affordable, including when it comes to purchasing a house, buying food, and even talking about entertainment. Also, Greece is offering a public healthcare system, which is very important, and private healthcare options are also available. So it provides great quality care at a relatively low cost. Again, if you compare the costs of private medical care in the UK and Greece, you can see where it's more beneficial. Also, Greece have a number of international schools and universities. So if you have family with kids and you're thinking about European education for your children, I think Greece also a great choice for you then. Greece is considered as a very safe country with very low crime rates. So again, if you have small children or if you have elderly parents, you can be completely safe, go into Greece and stay in there. Greece is a home to many historical sites as well. So if you travel to Greece, don't forget to visit Olympia, Acropolis, and even Athens is a cultural capital of Europe, in my opinion. Generally, it's a lot of things that you can do in Greece, especially if you like sports, outdoor activities, or if you like to go to museums, restaurants. So it has entertainment for every kind of preference. And also, of course, don't forget about the beautiful beaches. So if you enjoy the beach lifestyle, you can not only buy a good house, for your family, but you can also get a golden visa for that, and you will see a beautiful seashore every day of your life. So when it comes to Greek golden visa, let's go a little bit back to the history of the program. It started back in 2013. And basically, it was an initiative to attract more foreign investment into the country. So it's a benefit not only for applicants, but also for Greek people as well. And it allows everyone who is of non-EU background to participate in the program. Over 10,000 golden visa applications has already been approved. And you can also apply not only by yourself, but you can apply with your spouse or with your children or even elderly parents. Only a condition here is basically that it should be dependent on you. One little restriction that is actual right now is that Russian nationals can only apply if they have second passports. In this case scenario, we also have Russian families who come to us for golden visas, and we are able to help them. But first of all, we'll need to apply for second citizenship, and then they basically can participate in the program.
Mm-hmm.
So let's jump to the process. We're going to talk about the investment a bit later, but now I just want to show you the journey that you will have to go through when you apply for a golden visa. So basically the process starts when you come to us. We understand what are your needs and goals, and then we're going to find the best program for you. Let's say we decided already that Greece is your choice and it's perfect solution for everything you need to achieve. Then you sign an agreement with us, and then we have two routes. Either you need to travel to Greece and apply from there if you can. If you can't, it's also possible. We sign a power of attorney, and our local lawyers based in Athens going to help you with the whole application process. The main difference is that when you come there and you can see the real estate for yourself. Otherwise, we can do a search online. This is absolutely possible. As I said, again, we work with trusted developers. They will do a Zoom meeting with you with a video, show you around, show you the premises of the project, so explain everything to you. So it's possible to start the process without traveling to the country. I think it's very important for our clients to understand that majority of the process can be done remotely, and they don't need to change their plans, to travel to the country and do the documents. So once you selected the project that you like, either remotely or being in the country, then we start basically the document collection, which is very simple. Again, our team will facilitate everything as much as we can. They will try to procure all the documents needed for you, complete all the relevant forms, so you won't have to worry about the paperwork like you usually do when you apply for visas. And usually we have a positive decision within 2 or 3 months once we submit the documents to the Greek government, which is really great results. After that, you will have to travel to Greece. This is the only visit required. Generally, the program doesn't require you to stay in the country at all. It can be done completely remotely, but one visit will be required. And this visit will be done at the end when you need to come to the country and do your biometrics. After that, your residence card will be issued, and we will collect it on your behalf and basically pass it to you as our client. So the whole process, from the moment you sign the contract with us till the moment you have your residence card in hand, I would say it's about 4 to 6 months in total, because lots of agencies advertise like 2-3 months processing time. But let's don't forget that processing time is from the moment we submit documents till the moment we get a decision. The whole process in total is a little bit longer, and our clients need to be prepared for that.
Alina, just on that note there, I know the process is about 4 to 6 months. When would you advise someone actually speaking to yourself or one of your colleagues that are thinking about investing in Greece for the Golden Visa program? Would that come before they've actually found a project or an investment, or when would you advise they actually get in touch with you?
I would say they need to get in touch with us as early as possible. So when they just start thinking about the immigration journey, because it is very important to understand that each program, each golden visa has its own benefits. So in order to understand what is the best project for the client, with golden visa is best for the client, it's better to talk to us. And also when it comes to investment, you should understand that different projects have different completion dates. Some of them can be used personally, some will be completely serviced by the developer. So it's also important that they talk about the projects with us in advance as well before they start the golden visa process.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Thank you.
Yes, so let's speak about the main thing, the benefits of the Greek Golden Visa. Well, first and main, of course, is that you can live in Greece. You're not limited in time. You can spend the whole year there. Also, you can travel within all 26 Schengen countries. You will be limited in time that you can spend in other countries outside of Greece, which is 90 days out of 180. Another important benefit is for business people. You can establish business in all Schengen countries with the Greek Golden Visa. Also, a benefit that I talked about before, it's access to world-class free healthcare, education for your kids, and even pension in some scenarios. Also, Greece promised quite high returns on property investments. The average returns on investment is usually 4%, which is quite great for Europe. And if you decide that you want to connect your life with Greece, you can even apply for citizenship after 7 years. The important condition is that you actually need to live in Greece to achieve that. So you will be required to spend 183 days every year to qualify for citizenship. And of course, you will need to learn Greek language and pass Greek language test. So I would recommend to start preparing for that from the beginning of your citizenship, because it's not always easy. In addition to these benefits, also Greece has tax incentives. When it comes to property purchase, for example, there is no VAT right now, so it can be also a very valuable buy, when it comes to investment in Greece. So in general, Greece's Golden Visa provides very attractive opportunities, especially for those who are non-EU investors, and also Greek Golden Visa is one of the most affordable Golden Visas in Europe. So if you compare the entry investment for any other Golden Visa, Greece is number one in terms of price. That's why it's really gaining popularity right now. We have a lot of inquiries at the moment, and also it's part of Schengen zone, ability to include family members. It's a long-term residence. You don't have to renew your residence card all the time. The first card will be valid for 5 years, and the next one will also be for 5 years, and only condition to renew is basically to keep your investment. So when it comes to ease of process, I would say Greece is number one comparing to other European jurisdictions.
Alina, just with the I know you mentioned a few slides ago as well, with family members, spouse, children, with that. So they are all included under one Golden Visa. Is that correct?
Correct. So the investment amount doesn't change depending on the family. Sure. So we keep it to 250 for a family. So this is another important feature, because I know in some programs the threshold might rise depending on the family composition, but in Greece we stay with 250 as long as family member is a qualifying dependent.
Okay, thank you.
So once for people who decide to go for citizenship route, you get an EU passport, which has a great number of benefits. So with a Greek passport, you will be able, first of all, to live in any of the 27 EU countries, no restriction, no time limits. You can stay wherever you want. You can retire in any of the 27 EU countries. You have the right to work, open business, study, and travel with a Greek passport to 186 countries, including US, Canada, Australia. So if you think about the passport in future, I would seriously recommend to plan, your lifestyle. If you can relocate to Greece, great, because having a European passport is a very strong document, and it opens lots of opportunities in comparison to just a visa. So now the most interesting part is basically the investment options. I know that probably lots of you heard that Greece has real estate investment, and it's number one investment among Golden Visa applicants for Greece. So in general, we probably will have 99% of our applicants who will go with the real estate. In addition to that, there are financial instruments where you can invest, but the financial instruments are usually higher in price. So you can do a fixed term deposit or capital contribution to a Greek company, or you can purchase Greek government bonds or shares of Greek companies, but it all will start from minimum 500,000 euros. So that's not really the most attractive investment options for our clients. That's why we focus, when we talk about Greek Golden Visa, we focus on the real estate investment. Again, there have been some changes to the program, and they happened at the end of August. So basically, the minimum threshold for investment has been raised to 400,000 euros and 800,000 euros. 400,000 euros is the minimum purchase of property in the areas that you can see on the map, basically in yellow color. And for 800,000 for the purchase of properties in Athens, Saloniki, and all the islands, which are marked in blue color on the map. Mm-hmm. But the government also thought about people who are not willing to make such a high investment in the country, and they made an exception. So we still have an option to invest for 250,000, and this is related to special real estate. So first option is conversion of commercial properties into residential use, and this is the project that we work with right now. Second option is restoration of listed buildings, regardless of their location size. This is a little bit more tricky because you need to find a building and you actually need to perform works on it. So the conversion option is usually more popular because lots of developers work on that already. And starting from the 1st of September, when the changes happened, we already had projects with our developers under this route. That's why when you come to us for 250 options, it's most likely going to be the conversion option. It's usually like an old factory that's going to be changed into service apartments. All the developers we work with, they have guaranteed returns. It's a fully serviced apartment. So basically they will take care of the rent. So all you need to do is make an investment and then enjoy a return on investment in the next few years, which is usually around 4%. So Greece is like one of the safest countries when it comes to investment. So I would say that it's a great investment choice because it has stable returns, and the real estate market in Greece is now growing. It's attracting more and more people. So we believe in a great future for it. So I wouldn't say that lots of people think about 400 or 800 options. That's why majority of our projects right now are for 250 conversion. But again, we work with a number of real estate partners in the country. So if you decide that you want a private property for your own use, we will be happy to find you any options, and our lawyers will check that it is compliant with the requirements, whether it's 400,000 or 800,000. So, and the consultation is always free. So you can come and speak to us, and we will see if you already chosen a property, if it qualifies or not. So we can work even if you have your project in mind already. I think basically this is all the key features about the program, and I would rather jump to questions right now.
Alina, thank you so much. I've definitely learned quite a lot during that session, and it's great to hear it from the expert. And yeah, thank you for sharing. I've got a question on regards to the conversion there. I know, well, hopefully some people listening may be looking to potentially renovate properties, perhaps even build some of their own or whatever it may be. With the renovations, I know you mentioned 250,000 euros. Is that including of the price of the property and renovations, or is that 250,000 euros just the cost of the renovations, which make you applicable for the golden visa?
This is a great question. So basically, usually the developers, they have already units in the project, and the unit price already includes everything, renovation and the cost of it. So you will have everything in 250. You don't need to pay any extra cost for the renovation to be completed. This is on the developer, and they have always a certain date when the building works will be completed, and after that you will start receiving your return on investment.
Perfect. No, great. Thank you very much, Alina. Brilliant. So yeah, as Alina mentioned, we've got time for some questions now. I know there's been a couple that have come throughout the presentation, so thank you very much for dropping them in the questions tab. We'll go through, the first one's actually come through from Stephen, Alina. Stephen has asked, it's looking at roads specifically, and I couldn't see it on the map when you shared the map. But was roads one of the areas where the price increased from 250,000 euros to 800,000 euros for the golden visa?
Yes, roads is an island. That's why the price now there is 800,000. It's quite a popular location as well. We have inquiries for roads already, so this is why it's so high in price, because it's a high demand.
Is that the general norm then? Do you find that the more popular destinations, they've obviously upped the criteria for how much is needed to invest in order to be eligible for the golden visa? Is that generally the rule of thumb over there in Greece?
Yes. So basically, when the changes happened, generally, with the program, is basically that they made the areas which are highly populated more expensive, and places with less density of population less expensive. So basically, this is, I think, to attract more people in less density populated areas. And obviously, people has been buying in many islands already. And they've been buying in Athens a lot already. That's why the threshold went up, because they see interest, and I don't think it will stop even with the threshold raised.
Yeah, I can understand why. So Greece is a lovely country and beautiful islands as well. But when you got sort of the offering as Greece does. There's a lot of people that are interested in it, so I can understand why the numbers are increasing, so substantially. Elizabeth, just on that note, Elizabeth actually asked as well, what about Crete? I know you briefly mentioned it there. Is Crete one of the islands that's also increased?
Yeah, correct.
Okay, brilliant. Well, thank you very much, Lina. Thank you for the
Just
questions.
one little note. When it comes to projects for 250, the location doesn't matter. So if there is a project that is basically a conversion of commercial real estate to private, then it can be in any spot. It can be in Athens, in any of the islands. The problem is it's not really easy to find good projects. I think that the ones we have are one of the best because the developers are in the market for like over 20 years. We know them really well, and they always complete their projects. If you think about, like, for example, investing for golden visa, this is one thing. But if you want to buy something else, something extra as a house for yourself, we can also help with that, facilitate the purchase of the property, no matter where it is and no matter how much it costs.
Okay, great. And just while we're on that the topic now, so let's say Elizabeth was looking to opt into the €250,000 renovation project. Does Holborn have projects that they could potentially put forward to Elizabeth to kind of look at and review? Is that how it could work?
Definitely. So we have marketing materials that we're happy to share with clients. And then what we usually do, we either schedule a consultation with ourselves or directly with the developer. We're happy to do that so they can present the project, talk about the benefits, talk about themselves as well. So you will see a real person in Greece, who is delivering it. So we always very transparent when it comes to relationship with our clients. So this is what we try to achieve. So that's why if you want to see the project, or at least, you want a virtual tour, we're always happy to organize it. And again, it's part of the consultation, so you don't pay us anything at this stage.
Perfect. Yeah, thank you. And I suppose just going back to what you said earlier, Lina, Greece is with the islands becoming, the popular islands becoming the threshold becoming higher. I think the renovation side of things and the way to get into those golden visas is really interesting. So yeah, if anyone listening in, you're interested, please do get in touch with Alina and the Holborn team. And we've got a question here from Stephen. It's he mentions that he is a non-EU citizen, so he's a UK citizen, but he's got a permanent residency in the EU in Belgium as part of the withdrawal agreement. So if he was to travel freely so he is able to travel freely inside the Schengen area region, does he still need to apply for the Greece residency card in order to stay in Greece? Would he need to do that at all, Alina?
So basically, if you want to just visit Greece, as a tourist, then no, you don't have to apply for a Greek Golden Visa. The purpose of Greek Golden Visa is like not being limited in time that you can spend in Greece. So with this residency in Belgium, I believe the same rule applies as to any other residency in Europe. You will be limited to 90 days out of 180. So if you have a house in Greece, for example, you won't be able to enjoy like all year round in it. You will only be able to spend like 3 months out of 6. So in case you want to stay longer than 3 months, you will have to apply for a golden visa.
Okay, brilliant. That's very clear. Thank you, Alina. Thank you, Stephen, for your question. I know you mentioned it within your presentation as well. Some people may look this up online. They think, I might be able to do it myself and save us some costs and just do that side of things. In regards to that, if someone was thinking about doing that, what kind of risks are involved, and would you give anyone some sort of guidance before perhaps looking to undertake it for their own process?
Of course. So obviously, as a company that has a great experience in working in the immigration sector, we always check our clients, so we run our own due diligence checks to see, that there is no red flags, something that the government might pick up. So obviously, I would recommend you not to apply if you like politically exposed person, like if you're president of the country or a minister, something like that. And also if you're on some kind of sanctions list, or you have problems with your criminal record, then probably it all might become a reason for, rejection. But other than that, if you're a businessman or employed, if you work in any country of the world, Greece has no restrictions, with only one that I mentioned for Russians earlier. Russians will have to have a second citizenship in order to apply. But in general, as I said, like, we will look at our clients, we will see their case scenario, what is their income, where it comes from, their history. And based on that, we will advise if there's any risks involved with the application. So far, our Greek cases have been 100% successful. So I don't believe that there will be any problems with our future clients, as long as they are honest and open with us as well, and they disclose all the necessary information the program requires.
Sure. Yeah, I think that's great to 100% conversion rate, but also it does sound very complicated. But buying a property in your home country is complicated enough, let alone overseas in a foreign country, foreign laws, foreign languages. There's a lot to think about. It's important that people are using trusted, knowledgeable experts who can help guide them through that process and ensure that they're doing it correctly. So if you are looking to get a golden visa, please do speak to Alina and the Holborn team. Just going back to it, I know there's a slide there that we've already spoken about around different islands and the thresholds for golden visas. David's just asked a question as well. He's looking to invest in a private property, to live there 365 days of the year. He just wanted to clarify, is it all islands now have changed it to 800,000 euros, or is there some islands that haven't changed that threshold still and you are able to apply for less?
Of course. So basically, majority of Greek islands will be under 800k option. However, if their population is less than 3,100 inhabitants, then the price will be lower. It will be 400,000. So we can definitely search for the right option for you. So we will connect with our developers, real estate agents, and we can search for the islands with less than 3,100 inhabitants to find a 400k option for you.
Brilliant. Yeah, thank you, David, for your question. Thank you, Alina. One last question. I know we've gone slightly over time, Alina. I know we spoke about getting in touch early, just to understand the process and understand how you can help. Do you mind just talking me through the actual process? So if I was looking to invest in Greece, once I get in touch with Holborn, how does that process work from the point of me making contact with you, or vice versa?
Mm-hmm. Sure. So usually the clients reach out to us. They can come to us through our website, or through different partners that refer clients to us, and then we will set up a first introductory meeting. This will be a consultation, so it's free of charge. We don't sign any papers at the moment. We're just going to talk about your needs, what you're looking at, what's your budget, and then once we confirm that we have a right option for you, we have, in terms of investment, that everything is fine, you have clear source of funds, all your family members are qualifying dependents, then from that moment you will have to sign an agreement with us. The agreement will include all the services that we provide to you, and then you will obviously have to pay a deposit for our fees, and then we can start working on your applications. And you will have a dedicated member of our processing team who will help you with your application, and they will guide you through the whole process. They will help you with documents collection. And as I said, you can either come to Greece and start the initial process there, or we can do it fully remotely by signing power of attorney. Then our local representative will be representing the client and submit all the documents on the behalf. However, after we have a successful approval of the case, you will have to travel once to Greece. So if you don't have visa-free access to Greece, you will need to have a visa basically to come in, and you will need to travel, do your biometrics, and then your cards will be printed.
Brilliant. I think I'd rather do it in Greece if it was me, Alina, rather than from home. But that's me. But Alina, that's really clear, and thank you again for explaining. Unfortunately, we have run out of time. I know there's a few more questions. All the questions that we haven't answered, unfortunately, we will pass your details across to Alina and the team at Holborn. So they will be in touch with you to kind of introduce themselves in a bit more detail, get a better understanding about your unique requirements, and get that free consultation call going, so you can at least start the process for your plans over in Greece, which I'm all very jealous for. But Alina, thank you so much for your time today. You've been great. So it's been really useful, knowledgeable, throughout, and really appreciate your advice. I'm sure everyone listening in has done as well. Before we finish, for everyone listening in, if you found this useful, we would really appreciate it if you left us a Trustpilot review. There should be a pop-up that kind of pops up soon on your screen. Just click on that and type in Trustpilot review. That'd be much appreciated. Alina, I'll leave you to the rest of your dark evening over in London, and I will looking forward to speaking to you again soon. And everyone listening in, best of luck with your property search, and please do let us know if we can help at all. Thanks, Alina.
Thank you so much. It was a pleasure. Thank you all for joining tonight. Have a great evening.
Cheers.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye.